and welcome. The theme is the pros and cons of us chronically online.
I guess at the beginning of socials and internet era stuff, it was just capturing what was happening in real life and then putting it on the internet. So you think of like the early generation of SBTV and GRM, all it was just filming what was happening. The era that we're in now, it is designed for the internet.
Yeah.
It's like internet first, and that for a lot of people has been hard to adjust to.
That's my biggest battle now. Solidifying my brand online. People understanding what I'm trying to convey, but just online.
DJ AG is the reason I'm doing what I love every single day.
Why I called him the most important DJ in the UK. You think the function of DJs participating in this scene or scenes should be to like platform new artists and new sounds, new talent. And a lot of the time, it's not like we're just not incentivized enough to do that. It's that everything else is incentivizing you to not do that.
I know what's going to get me money on TikTok. I know what videos are going to get me paid. I also know what videos won't get me paid.
We don't have an equivalent like measurement of like damage. If you measured it in the same way that you do alcohol or tobacco or sugar, like that kind of consumption would be in the same pocket for me.
Where did my mindset towards not wanting to post anything to then start posting kind of shift? And it's funny, it's because of Gym Legacy.
Do you feel that you're present in your life though? Like, do you feel like you have moments that I'm not thinking like, let me film this?
It is changing the way people behave, and I see it in this like, whoa, in like real time.
Literally, yeah, because when you're saying that, I'm thinking like, wow, like it's actually kind of programming how we think.
I never thought about it like that.
Literally, it's like I'm literally thinking now like all the things that I
hate this bit because I have to pretend that there's no one else there. But anyway, my name is Amelia Poamz. This is the Amelia Poamz Podcast, where I bring together groups of people to discuss creativity and culture. Right now, we are focusing on the UK music scene, and episode 1 was all about the R&B space. Episode 2, we had some rappers in the building. Episode 3 was actually all about being a black man and being vulnerable through music. And today is slightly different. Today, I've had to really sit and think, what is the thread that brings all the guests together, which I will share very soon. But I just have to big up Nozakari, the sponsors of this podcast. The name Nozakari means becoming, so there's so much great synergy there in terms of just honouring the process, the journey, everyone you meet along the way. They love storytelling, they love to capture the stories, the process. So that's what they're helping me do here by capturing people's processes and journeys wherever they are at in their journey. So speaking of journeys, I'll introduce my guests. You probably can see some yellow that I've got here, which I'm really gassed to have in the building with me, because I have the one, the only Elijah. He's a multidisciplinary writer, DJ, artist manager, artist as well, speaker, we would say as well, too.
Sure.
Co-founder of a label, Butters.
Yeah, back in the day, yeah.
A lot of things that you're doing, multidisciplinary.
Yeah, now I'm just a DJ and writer, so that's like my journey. But then today I'm just focusing on writing. I DJ sometimes when people ask.
Okay.
That's it. So yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me.
And inspiring a lot of the conversation, actually, which we'll get to soon. And then we have J2 in the building, who I've mentioned before as part of my Under 5K Club series. So that's me talking about artists with under 5,000 followers. And that was really just to kind of move away from this culture where we are obsessed with follower counts. And I just wanted to do something and just kind of flip it on its head. And I came across J2 and his music and the work that he does with Bex Blue. I'm a fan. And now we're here. This is the second time you've been involved in something.
Indeed. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Lovely to be here. Let's talk.
Let's talk. And lastly, we have Nicole Blakk.
Hey.
Who's an artist who has been doing her thing, singing, rapping, bilingual as well with the verses. I was watching your video of you and DJ AG doing your thing as well. You've done your stuff with Red Bull. Just doing amazing things.
Thank you.
So thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
And we all established that we all have come from East London. We love this.
Home sweet home.
Exactly. Home sweet home. That's a plug there.
You get it.
Listen to Home Sweet Home. J2 Bex Blue. Okay, so I start all my conversations with an icebreaker. So I've done quizzes before. That's a bit testing though, because I obviously have to make sure I have the answer right. So I've not done one since. I've done would you rathers, quick fire rounds. But today I was like, we're going to honour one of the guests and we're going to do something with our yellow squares. So if you don't know, me basically explaining what Elijah does in front. But basically, the yellow squares is something that birthed more or less from lockdown.
Yeah.
Where you're sharing ideas, perspectives. It was really probably you just putting down what's going on in your mind and sharing that. And it resonated with so many people to the point that now you're putting on huge events, touring the world because of it. And having these really meaningful conversations that also, I know for me, just sparked different thought patterns that was like really helpful, but also made me feel like, okay, I'm not the only one thinking these things. And I think we need that, especially in a day and age now where everything's so online. And sometimes what you see just applies more pressure. It's nice to have those like breaking moments of like, oh, okay, it's fine. We're all still kind of figuring it out.
Exactly.
So I've asked everyone here just to write down an idea, a thought, a question, whatever's on their mind today. So we'll just share that and then we'll talk about it. So I'll just share mine really quickly because I did it too. So I wrote down 2 things. I wrote down, do what you can with what you have from where you are. And that was something that I heard in a podcast recently because I've started running loads now. I don't know what I'm running from, but I'm running.
Did you hear the quote from somewhere, or did you just...
No, in a podcast.
Okay.
So I always listen to podcasts, and I love, like, ones about psychology, philosophical kind of podcasts. And this was actually... can't remember the person who actually said this, but they were talking about their creative journey, and they had, like, multiple businesses. They weren't happy. They sold them all, kind of going against what they felt like they should be doing, and then moved into acting, and everything started to come into place. And then they were just sharing what their mentality was. And they said that, like, every day they just think about doing what they can from where they are with what they have. And that just simplifies so much. Because I think what ties into that is another thing they said was, don't let the how kill your what. And he was just talking about your what being your aspiration and what it is that you want to do in this life. And sometimes we will talk our way out of it because the how feels too daunting. Like, how am I going to do that? And not to say that you don't do anything. And this kind of ties in with, like, one of the songs that I love of yours, Golden Lion. Yes. Yeah. And it's like, manifest, yes, but still do the work. But then also don't limit how far that you can dream and how big you can dream. So these are 2 things that allow me to stay delusional and also actually doing things.
That's a good word.
My yellow square. My yellow square. Okay, we'll go this way round. I'm intrigued. Elijah, what did you write on your... This is probably... Do you keep count of the amount of squares that you've written?
Oh, it's thousands.
Thousands.
Yeah, but what happened is I just did loads in a really short space of time and then I just spaced them out in terms of dropping them. And then a lot of the... It's like all your little thoughts you actually don't want to share with the world and start conversations with. So I just kind of restricted it to... I think there's about 100 of them out there. But you don't want all your thoughts or creative thoughts or ideas like shared with the world or in comment sections and stuff. So but I haven't drawn any now for like 10 months.
So this is the first one in 10 months?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wicked. Okay. So
Why 10 months?
I just said I'd stop and I did. I compiled them in a book and I thought, okay, the kind of project in that sense is complete. So, and I think it's good to like not just stop things. It's like, okay, I don't want to be beholden to it. You know what I mean? Like when you feel like you have to do something to get a response or engagement or anything, it's like, okay, well then that becomes another little trap. So I thought, nah, let me just stop. Yeah. And then I did. So you're getting a special one.
Oh, thank you. So what is this?
Okay, so this is trying to make it sustainable kills the momentum. And I guess what I mean by that, and I guess a lot of conversations about sustainable creativity, sometimes it takes the momentum out of creating. So it's like you're saying about finding a way or finding a how. It's like all of that thinking actually just stops you from doing stuff. And not everything is designed to be sustainable. The yellow square as an idea wasn't sustainable. I couldn't post daily ideas forever. It was a very contained thing coming out of a very strange period. So I didn't need to make it sustainable. It's kind of cool that it went as long as it did, but it's actually good to also stop and move on to the next thing. And then that's kind of actually what makes sustainability is putting things down and not like trying to necessarily bend ideas in ways that don't no longer serve you anymore. You know what I mean?
This is what I mean about you. Like, I feel like you always flip things on its head that get me thinking, okay, yeah, that perspective. Because one of my questions is about sustainability.
Okay, here we go.
We'll have to reach back for that afterwards. But thank you. J2, what's on your yellow square?
So I started getting a bit carried away. So I just wrote in big words, imposter syndrome, because that's the first thing that came to my brain. And then from there, I've done arrows. So it's and this is to you guys, if you've experienced it, what was your experience? What might have been the cause for it? If there was a resolution, and then how can you make it preventable? You know what I mean? 'Cause me personally, I battle with that every day.
Yeah.
I made a project called Duality of Man. So obviously it kind of outlines the duality I'm in, which is like creative and then working man, trying to make music, this and that. Time is of the essence. So from there, it's kind of like I could have a great week making music and like in sessions, out and about events, meeting people, going places. And then I can have a week where I'm at work, and that week has just been expelled from my brain. All I'm thinking about is work. And I forget, maybe not forget, but like I lose that feeling. Do you know what I mean? And then the work feeling takes over, and then I'm like, this is my duality. Like, I'd love to be in this mindset 24s, but this one pays me.
Yeah.
And this one funds this.
Yeah.
So without this, I can't do this.
Exactly.
So I've got to tap into this. But then when I'm in that mindset, it's like, I don't know, numbers is cool, but being in there and being around people and like having people come up to you and being around like your fellow creatives, it brings out a different kind of energy in you that you don't get at work. Do you know what I mean?
But imagine being in that space with no income coming in. Do you know what I mean?
I was there before and it was fun.
Okay.
But obviously that's when you start reevaluating what's going on.
Yeah.
Get a job, start working. Do you know what I mean? Not to say I don't want to work, but that's my duality, and that's where the imposter syndrome comes for me. So if you've got imposter syndrome, you've battled with it, tell me your experiences.
I'd love the guests to go first, because I've actually discussed this with like guests before. So I'll pull from that in a minute, but I'd love to hear your perspectives.
I'll let you
imposter syndrome.
Go for it.
I'm still thinking.
You're still thinking? Okay.
That's
So
what I
I
was
guess on both of yours, I got squares in response to both of yours. So yours a kind of similar quote. It's like my version of that was, art is making within your means. So it's like shorter compression of what you just said.
Yeah.
And then imposter syndrome, one of the squares is imposter syndrome is a feature, not a bug. So it's just there. Like it's part of like participating in this thing.
Yeah.
And it's always just going to be.
It'll always be there, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're challenging yourself and doing new
That's
things.
what I've realised as well.
And I think it's super important, like people talk about work and it being part of the duality of the things that they do, because a lot of people don't talk about it. So they think no one's working. They're just creative, and it's kind of like people have to hide like a large bit of themselves. But part of that is like feeding into your art. It's also giving you like autonomy. You can be like, right, I don't want to do that. Like that's because I don't need to.
Yeah.
And that gives you a lot of power that artists that are solely reliant on their artwork, they don't have. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and think of your life at work and the people that you mix with and do stuff with. Even I don't know what you do, but it's giving you material. It's like connecting you with reality and like the real world. And sometimes when we see like artists, they lose that sense of the connection with people. Is because you're in a box all day, like writing or.
Do you know what?
beats.
I like that you said that, because like part of my resolution personally ties into what you're just saying there, because I made a whole project out of it.
Yeah, that's what I was
I mean?
thinking.
And I made a song called High Vis, because I'm stuck in the high vis all the time. Not stuck, I love my job. But, like, the high vis is always there and it's part of life. So I made a song called High Vis.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? So I resonate with what you're saying.
Yeah. I'd say for me, it would be, because I'm 22, but I went to uni twice. I did my master's. And I was the youngest in my class because it was a master's, and everyone else was a lot older than me. And the only reason I did my master's was because my undergrad was 2 years. But anyways, it was, my degree had nothing to do with music. It's not, I was trying to make it like my undergrad anyways. I was trying to make it tie in with music because I was doing a fast track degree. You only get one break, which is Christmas break into the new year, but you're in the rest of the year. So it's constant. When the whole building is empty, it's just my class in the whole university building, which is massive. And I lived on campus as well. So it's like I wasn't really seeing my family. All I wanted to do was make music, but all the music events are in London. So I'm literally taking the last train from Birmingham to London and then having to come back like the same day or same next morning to make my lectures, because if you don't come to your lectures you get kicked off the course, and it's such a short course. So I was like, I can't ruin this, but I also want to make music. But it's like when I'm at uni, like I just wasn't concentrated. I did do very well, got a first both times, thank you, but it was just difficult to, like, I'd be sitting there like, I just want to make music, like this is not what I want. I'm doing a marketing degree. And then I got my job, like I was head of marketing for a film and TV company. I felt like, okay, that's close to music. But what I'm doing is nothing to do with music. I'm scheduling appointments. I'm doing social media posts for commercials and stuff. But it's like, this is not what I want to do. So I'd say that was what it was for me. And the way I dealt with it is when I did my master's, I did marketing, but I did it at a music academy. So I got a scholarship at a music academy. So I was doing my lectures, but I had access to like all the studios on all the campuses and the campuses in London, and that helped my transition to London. So I've only just moved to London from Birmingham, but because I was in London so much and I had made those connections, and due to the scholarship they were paying for my travel, so I didn't have to travel at night anymore, but it just made a lot of things easier. And I knew what I wanted to do. I was just like, I need to find a way to do it that's not going to put me in a difficult position. So I thought, okay, let me do my master's. It's not going to cost because I got the scholarship. Okay, cool. Let me ask. And I think asking is like, I didn't ask when I did my undergrad. I didn't ask for help. I didn't ask, okay, how can I? But then when I did my master's, I was like, okay, this year I'm going to keep asking. And because I was asking so much, I was getting free sessions. I was like, oh, can I have lessons for this? Like guitar lessons or piano lessons. They're like, oh yeah, we do that. But I wasn't told that they do that. I just asked. And every time I asked for things, that's when I started getting it. I was like, oh, if I go to London, because I'm going to be traveling to the campus, is there a way that the uni could cover it? And they're like, oh yeah, normally we do. We can do that for you. You just need to do this. And then they're going to cover it for you. So it's like, if I didn't ask, that money would come out my pocket, or I would have traveled the night before to get there. But asking is what has helped me. That was my resolution, basically. But yeah.
To ask, yeah. If you don't ask, you don't get. You never know. But then also just finding that compromise as well.
Yeah.
Because it can feel like with your work life and creative life, it can feel like two different selves. So maybe just even trying to bridge that slightly. But I think imposter syndrome, like literally what you said, it doesn't go away. I don't think it goes away. I think it's literally part of it.
Like talking to everybody about it and getting like, because it was a very much an internal battle for me. I didn't think, oh, like this is a J2 thing, you won't get it. But then you talk to people and they're like, oh yeah, no, I get this too. It's just no one talks about it. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
So it's one of them things. Like you said, you're always gonna have it. It's just how you deal with it.
Yeah, and I think that's it. And I think sometimes actually the louder your imposter syndrome is, the more you need to do that thing. Because I was like, even starting this podcast, I was thinking of a name and I was like, should I call it the Amelia Poamz Podcast? And then in me, I just thought, the audacity. Who do you think you are? Imposter syndrome's going off. And I thought, okay, maybe that's what I need to do, because clearly that's what's scaring me the most. And I'm like, let me actually just do it, because why do I need
comfort zone.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's me, it's my podcast, so just call it that. But I think it's a constant thing, and it doesn't go away, especially if you're moving and you're progressing and you're in new spaces around new people. And then let's just say you have moved away from your high-vis job and you're doing this full time, it's still going to be there. They're like, do you know what I mean? And it's
just different levels, isn't it?
It's a muscle. I think it's just got to it's just practice, just keep rolling with it. Yeah. Okay, Nicole, what is on your yellow square?
My one says, and I know it off by heart because I say it every day to myself, is you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Right.
And I literally live by this. I feel like a lot of the opportunities that I've had in my life, whether that's music, whether that's my degree, even doing my master's, for example, that was just me asking. Like the scholarship, they don't give scholarships at the uni I went to. I asked, if they did. I was the only person that's ever got it on that campus. But I just took the shot and I thought, if I miss, I miss. But at least I took the shot. And I do that with everything in life, whether that's with music, whether that's with anything. Literally, the way I started my TikTok videos, the Punjabi, singing in Punjabi, I started that because I ran out of SFE and I needed to do my food shopping. I had nothing in my fridge. And I was like, okay, if I sing to Bossman in his language, maybe he's going to let me get free food.
Creative.
That's how I started it. And I said, can I sing to you? Like, can I get my shopping for free? In the bag, it was milk, bread, sugar. It was like the basic things that I thought, okay, this is going to last me until I get my student loan in 2 weeks. And I sang to him in his language and he's like, you know what? Take it. And do you know what I mean? If I didn't take that shot, I don't know what I would have done. I would have starved myself probably. Like, if you've been, you know, it's not easy. But anyways, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I just think to myself every day, every morning, what can I do today? What shot am I taking today?
And is that something that you've always, like, you've grown up always having that mentality, or do you think you learnt it along the way through, like, not asking for something?
Yeah, I definitely learnt it, because a lot of the time pride would take control. Like, when I first started university, my family were like, oh, she's gonna probably drop out. That's why I finished, because everyone thought I was gonna drop out, because I wasn't really very academic. Like, I didn't really enjoy academics at all. So I stayed to prove a point. So when I needed help with certain things, or when I didn't want to ask, because I was like, no, because then they're gonna think I'm struggling. But it's okay to struggle. Like, it's actually all right to struggle. And yeah, I learned that the hard way. And yeah, just ask, literally.
And that was like me today asking you all to be here. I was like, I need to just ask. I was like, it's just this idea in my head. It's never going to happen if I don't just ask. And then even I was thinking, like, are they going to say yes? Are they going to say no? I was thinking of all the reasons not to ask. But then it was so simple. Everyone was just like, yeah, sure. I was like, okay, now I actually have to do it and like get it sorted. But yeah, you're right. Okay. So I like to always like, sorry, is there music playing outside?
You run out of student finance and you started singing to Bossman to get free food.
Did you hear it?
That's cold.
And then it just became a thing on TikTok.
Damn.
Oh, okay.
That's a good story to tell.
It's the truth.
That's a good story.
So I like to like tie it all in. So we'll start off with you miss all the shots that you don't take. Imposter syndrome. Basically, we've established it doesn't go away. Like Elijah said, it's a feature. Trying to make it sustainable kills the creativity, kills the art, which I think again is so. Yeah, because we'll talk about that when we get on to sustainability. And then mine was like, do what you can, which kind of links in, with what you said as well. Like, do what you can with what you have from where you were at. So, as I was planning this episode 4, I was thinking of the thread that brings everyone together, right? Because I really that's what these conversations are also about. But I don't want to just always rely on like the genre of music that you make or the style of music, and also not even just limit to people creating music. Obviously the music industry is a lot broader than people making music. There's so many other parts and roles in there. But then I was thinking, okay, online. Well, one, we're all chronically kind of online in some way. But then I was just thinking like how I came across you, J2, was because of Instagram, social media. And even like how we even formed a bond was me talking about you on social media. With you, Nicole, I've seen the DJ AG video, Red Bull, like you're shotting off. And it's like, this is the brilliant side of social media, that you can reach so many people. And then with you, Elijah, I know the story of the yellow squares and it like birthing from lockdown and then you restarting again with your social media and then building that up. But then also the book itself, like Close the App, Make the Ting, being about like the algorithms kind of just informing how we move and like what we do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, the theme is the pros and cons of us chronically online. As creatives. But I wanted to start with lockdown because one, that wasn't normal. Like what we went through wasn't normal. And I remember there was a time where I genuinely didn't know how long this was going to go on for. Firstly, I actually thought it's only going to be a week. I literally remember thinking they're overreacting. Like this will just be a week. Cool, we'll chill at home. This is fun. Then, oh wow. It was like I was going through it, questioning everything. But then I remember thinking about the creative industry and the music industry in particular. And I was like, what is it going to be? Do you know what I mean? Like people were doing online events and it weren't for me. Like I even tried at one point in my garden, trying to look like I'm having so much fun by myself. And it wasn't the vibe. And I remember just thinking like, I really hope like an elastic band, we just get back to it. But then there's so much anxiety around like people coming back together. But then there was also so much going on. Like we had the protest. There was so much going on online. We were constantly consuming things that were having an impact on us that like, were we even going to come out of it the same way? Do you know what I mean? So I want to take you back to that wonderful time. And just how was it for you in particular with your creativity?
I loved it.
Okay.
I think lockdown was the best thing that's ever happened for me as an artist and the community of artists I met through lockdown. I genuinely think it's one of the best things. Like, I remember even saying at a point, like, I hope lockdown happens again. Not for that long, but I feel like creatively it did push me as an artist. And it sounds mad, but I connected with so many musicians, so many artists that I never even thought would know my name. I grew my following during lockdown in America. Like, I was on live in the middle of, 3-4 a.m, but that's different time over there. I was on live with Fat Man Scoop. I think I got on to DJ Khaled's. Like, I can't even remember. I got on so many people's lives. It's crazy. I don't know if you remember, like, people doing live talent shows. Artists were doing the talent shows, and I was on loads of artists. There was this group chat where I met loads of artists, and we made a group chat where if one of us would go on the live, we'd be like, my friend is in the request, can you add them next? And we'd have like this chain of, so we'd literally every single day, I'd be on live every single day. Lockdown was really, really great time for artists, I think, in my opinion anyways. And then when I came out of it, I came out of lockdown with a strong following at the time, a community of artists that I met in real life after 2.5 years, however long it was. But we were internet friends, and it's so weird. Like, I met them in real life. One of the internet friends I made, one of the artists, I found out, because I didn't know about much. My dad passed away when I was really young. I didn't know much about what he did. Her dad was my dad's roommate, and they were in a band together. I didn't even know my dad made music, and they had pictures of my dad playing guitar with her dad, but we met just on a group chat.
Oh, wow.
During lockdown, which is, so for me personally, I really, really did enjoy lockdown. I made the most, like with your quote, I made the most of what I had. Like, I used my room. I was posting content because I was at home so much. Well, I was at home. I didn't even go outside.
Did you just let it slip that you were outside?
No, I actually didn't. I wish I went outside, because I didn't know people were actually going outside. I stayed inside my house the whole time during lockdown. I didn't go even out my front door. I didn't even go into my garden. I do think that's unhealthy, but
that's
I didn't.
Mad, you know.
But it is unhealthy, innit? But I didn't leave my house at all. My mum left to do shopping, and my stepdad left, and my older sister left. That's it. They're the only people, and they only went out in the car for food shopping at specific times and came straight back home. Like, we were like, nah, we're not doing that. We're not going outside. So when I actually finally did come outside, I was too scared to go outside. But getting back into it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna miss that time. Like, it just felt like, I don't know, my life felt like a movie. Like, just on live every day, made so many friends. I'm always speaking to someone. It was just more, I don't know. I enjoyed lockdown personally, but I don't know about you guys. But
what else did we think? Did anyone else enjoy lockdown?
I had a love-hate relationship with lockdown, I'll be honest, because I think to the outside world, I'm quite introverted, but to my friends, I'm very extroverted. Like, I'm always linking up with my boys, always doing something. Even if we're all doing nothing together, we're linking up, we're doing nothing together. Do you know what I mean? So going from that outside every day to just... by the way, pre-lockdown, I was not making music. I was writing, but I didn't drop anything. I might have done like 1 or 2 Instagram freestyles. And that was because I was pressured by my friends in uni. Like, we just rap in the kitchen and that. And then they're like, oh, yeah, post it. But lockdown, yeah, I was in uni. I was doing everything online. So I was very much just like struggling a little bit. I'd done like an accounting and financial information system degree. Oh. So it was very intense. And then halfway through lockdown, I figured out that I want to make music properly. Like, not just rapping and rap battles, this and that. But I didn't know where to start because I was very much just locked in my room. I didn't know where to look for facilities. I didn't know how to take the first step. So it was very much just use the time to reflect and write. It was like a massive writing camp for me. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I just write bears and maybe drop one song. I think Reminiscing, my first song, that was 2020. And then after that, it was Double Down 2021. I wrote Double Down in lockdown. And then from there, I feel like things started kicking off. So lockdown was like a ups and downs, and then straight outside, boom, link up with my friends, do this, link up there, events here, and then before you know it, I kind of just got engulfed by the creative scene.
So did you go straight to the studio the minute you could then?
I mean, so I say I wasn't making music, but I was engineering. So my cousin kind of brought me into the studio. I just sit there and watch him engineer. And then from there, I kind of picked up on a couple things. And then he'll have me run sessions. And then, so the first thing I did was go to the studio and engineer. And then from there, it was like bake off in the studio. And then it was make music, listen to beats. And then before you know it, he kind of like, he put me in his pocket and said, let's turn him into a rapper. And then I kind of embraced it more. And yeah, so coming out of lockdown, it was very much like, go time, let's make music. But inside lockdown, it was a whole bunch of that. I didn't know what was going on. That's why I've got a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So did you kind of make a decision in lockdown that like, okay, I am going to pursue music?
I think it was something to do.
Okay.
It was genuinely just something to do. And because I always wrote, and like my friends were like the first people that were like, yo, drop it. I started writing to get over stuff that I couldn't get over with words. Do you know what I mean? So I just wrote them down and then locked it away, and whatever happens, happens. And then my friends will see it. So they were like the catalyst. Lockdown was like, should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? Why would I do it? Why wouldn't I do it? And then in the end, it was like, bro, just do it, bro.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
This is your calling. Just do it. So
I'm glad you did it.
I did it, and now we're here.
Okay, so it's a mixed bag.
Yeah,
Basically.
that's why I say
Mixed
love
bag.
hate, innit? 'Cause
Yeah.
it wasn't all negative, but it wasn't all roses. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it was a time,
Yeah.
and we were there.
It was a time.
Yeah.
It was a time. Elijah.
Yeah, I think obviously you experience these things different because you guys are much younger. Like, so you're like, I guess responsibility base is like so different. So like at that time, so at the beginning of 2020, what I was doing is most of my time was taking up artist managing projects and putting out records and helping them get to the world. So one of the artists that I managed was on an America tour, and you know, like the kind of rumbling started of like, oh, this is going to be a thing. So it was like, should we? There was a day we cancelled the show. I can't remember where it was, and the promoter called me like screaming at me like, are you mad? Like, this thing, what are you talking about? This is nothing. This is March 2020.
Wow.
And he was like, this is nothing. Like, this is like, why are you cancelling the show over this thing? It's not, this is a minor because the artist didn't want to travel. And then she actually ended up staying in the US for like a year. So we actually didn't see her again right until like July 2021. So we maybe saw at the beginning of March 2020. And then I didn't see her again until I think the week that I started the Yellow Square. So it was like the end of July 2021. So it's a really long time to be distant from someone that you're, you know, working with every day.
Yeah.
Or back, you know, every week we would travel together. And the routine was completely broken. I used to travel around the country, around the world often. And then just to be completely grounded, it was like, whoa, the change of life, pace, everything was so weird and odd. And I guess through that, the first bit of lockdown, the March to say June, it was more like, okay, all I've got to do is like survive. It was more like, okay, the artists, businesses, and the commitments that we have, it's like, okay, just making sure everyone can pay their bills in the short term. And then the stuff with obviously George Floyd happened. I saw that kind of conversation and I was like, you know what, I need just to come offline for a minute. Deleted my social accounts, and without realizing, I deleted them. And if you are like offline for 30 days, it just deletes it from, like makes your thing go to zero. So when I logged back in like August, I had 0 followers. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So that whole thing that I'd just been like developing, it was gone. I was like, it kind of felt therapeutic. I kind of just laughed, got back my handles, and just went about my business for another like 6 or 7 months, figuring out other things behind the scenes. And then I guess from August to like probably March 2021, when things, you just kind of got these glimpses of hope, or things are starting to open again. Because most of our business effectively came from like live or live related things. So the artists, you know, playing shows across the country and across the world, that was like where my income came from. So without that, it was like, okay, well, we need to figure out something to make this work sustainably, funny enough. And then once, you know, the show started getting placed and we're kind of figuring out, okay, maybe it would be like June or July 2021, we could hold out. It was still touch and go what was happening. But I thought, what is this thing actually going to be when everyone starts linking up again, or these shows actually happen? Things that have been postponed from 2020 to the beginning of 2020 to all the way into late 2021. Who's going to care? We'd been separated for so long. What music are you going to play? Like, what have people been listening to? And that's where the squares kind of started. It was more like, if I'm not going to, I thought I might not even be a manager anymore. If I just do something different. Because I'd already been a manager for 10 years at that point. So I was like, okay, this could be a good time to change lanes in general. So I was like, let me just let all this stuff go, the things that I learned, the things that I think about scenes, scene building, creativity, artist management. Like, artist management is like, it's very hard. I tell anyone that wants to do it, don't.
Really?
Yeah, don't do it. This is for crazy people. Do not do it. Do not become a artist manager or independent promoter or those two. Or independent artist manager, independent promoter are like the craziest roles in the industry. I would like, yeah. Anyway, and I done all right, you know. Okay. So I'm like, I done all right, and I still wouldn't recommend it as a career choice necessarily. Obviously, it with other things and layered and depending on the people you work with, sure. But it just solely for most people was just, imagine like if an artist has been hard, you know, making an artist business work, then you've got to like pay someone that is trying to make the artist happen.
Okay, yeah.
Right. People don't really think of it that way. And then I guess coming towards the end of that period, it was more like, okay, I'm a year and a half older. The other personal and social things that happened, it was like hard to like motivate myself to care about art and music in the same way. So that part of the Squares project is also me like finding the kind of creative voice, motivation, way to connect with artists and asking questions and generally just like trying to reconnect with people, you know what I mean? And it's really weird because I don't really talk about anything personal online. Some people choose to, I just choose not to. That's not the right forum for me. But then I think, that we will only like be able to, some of us will only be able to talk about way down the line. And maybe I'll just never speak about it online in, you know, ever. So it's hard for me to like describe the chaos of that time without giving away too much, you know?
Yeah. But then it birthed, like, close the app, make the thing.
Yeah.
Which, would you argue, changed the trajectory of your career?
It's like life-changing in a lot of ways, but then it's also like, it's like full circle. I came in as a writer and DJ, and then I made a company, put out records, and then the original plan in 2020 was to end Butters as like a 10-year project. I'd done like loads of raves, grime, putting out all this stuff. I was like, okay, 10 years is like a nice completion of this thing. I felt like all the artists that I'd worked with, Core, like Flav, Swindle, Roti, DJ Q, all these people, like we had graduated from the platform. And that era of media, it was like, yeah, let's move on. Let's keep it.
Yeah.
And they were all individually successful. So why are we trying to do the same thing that we did in our 20s? We're now in our 30s. You know what I mean? And now I'm in my late 30s. So we're very far from, for me, I feel very far removed from who I was at the beginning of 2020 compared to like mid 2025.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've gone from early 30s to late 30s. Man's 40 soon. I can see 40 in a way that is like, whoa.
Yeah.
A lot of time has passed.
Yeah.
So you don't, I guess like you guys are starting on your journey now. You might have a view of what 10 years in this would look like. Imagine 20.
You said that.
Yeah. Think about it like, man. It creeps up and it's like I'm lucky to have like a second or third life in this thing. I don't take for granted.
But I feel like you also like responded to where we were at.
Yes.
In the industry. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of the questions or just statements like you said, for instance, making art within your means. We have like come to a time now where music videos look insane. Like content looks crazy. People got the latest or whatever. That could put off quite a lot of people from making anything because they're just like, I don't have this yet and I can't afford this and I need it to look like that. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that along like all the other yellow post-it notes, you call it? Yellow squares.
Either way. I didn't even know I was doing post-it notes at the time. So like the reason why it's black and yellow is because the label color was black and yellow. So it's just like a more of a branding thing. And then afterwards, oh, you're doing post-it notes. I was like, oh yeah. Sure.
And it literally looks like post-it notes because the way you're writing on it. And also that's literally me at home when I have to write things down and just put it in front of me sometimes just to remember. But it definitely feels like...
And right in front of you.
You need those reminders. You need it. And that's why your Instagram full of these yellow squares just spoke to me, because it was like just loads of different streams of thought that felt like it spoke to, and I don't even make music. I made one track, hats off to artists. It's not for me. But I'm glad I did anyway, because obviously just seeing the hard work that goes into that anyway. But yeah, even as me, because during lockdown, that's when I first joined the radio. I started radio presenting during lockdown. And imagine now it's an amazing feeling going into the BBC and there's no one around. Like, can't connect to people. I'm having all the guests. I've had some amazing guests all over the phone. And it's like, there was that weird period afterwards of like, hey, yeah, I spoke to you on the radio. Like, we know each other, but we don't actually know each other. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then coming out of that, again, like, just dealing with different changes in my career, was all those questions. And like I was mentioning downstairs, it's a constant like revisit sometimes. So like, why am I doing this? Because I'm fully freelance and I've made that decision.
Yeah, big up you.
Yeah, but I also big up you and anyone that has like the job next to it that they're like, oh, I don't really want to be there, but I have to do this to like look after myself financially. I sometimes call myself irresponsible because I will not give finance advice to anyone. But okay, so I feel like, okay, lockdown definitely was a springboard for all of us in a way. Do you know what I mean? It sounds like you really...
I loved lockdown.
But I don't... No other lockdowns.
Yeah, I think now that I'm like since I've been working with Wes and like more into like the performance world, like I did Glastonbury this year, which was crazy. That wouldn't have been possible if we were still in lockdown. South by Southwest, I opened for Mabel. That wouldn't have been possible if it was for lockdown. So I'd say more when I was like still, because I'm still easing into everything. But when I was like, I didn't really know much. All I knew was Instagram. And my Instagram video got a good amount of views. My video's going viral, but I'm at home. Like, so I think at that point, because that's all I knew, and that was my idea of something really successful. So I think, yeah, I definitely did want lockdown to happen again because of those moments I was having. Yeah. But these moments I'm having, these real life moments, not even just when I'm performing, just even having conversations with people, even like being on a podcast, it's not experiences you would have when you're locked at home. So, I mean, yeah, part of the old me, I'd say like 6 months ago, I would have loved to be in lockdown again. But I'd say now, no.
Okay, yeah, because we can have it both. We can have the online self and the offline self, and then choose, and then it complements each other. So lockdown kind of had a lot of us chronically online. Everything was like dependent online. Even like if you were working, I remember I was at a job at the time and we were to just work from home, and Teams, if I ever hear Teams again, I think that's when I decided I was like, I can't do this anymore because I'm going insane. But we were online for a lot of stuff, and then it almost became like a habit. Because I even remember when Instagram first brought out stories. This was like years ago. And I remember being like, like, what is Instagram doing? That was for Snapchat. I don't have Snapchat anymore because I'm like, I feel like...
You're growing out of it.
Yeah. I don't have it. But I kind of saw Snapchat as a place for stories. Instagram was... And then along the way, I upload stories every single day. So our habits online change over time. Even if there's a point where we're like, no, that will never be me. A lot of us, I think on average, it's like 4 hours a day that we're online. So that's a lot of time that we spend online. That's a lot of content that we're consuming. On the flip side, it's great for when you're promoting things and building your communities. But there is also like a kind of price we pay for the way that we live. So from your perspective, what would you say are the pros? The pros of us chronically being online.
Don't look at me because I hate being online.
But that's how
are way more than the pros for me.
J2, you're here because I came across you online.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, like, Nah, you gotta go first. Like, there's a lot going on.
Well, I guess like we've never had it any other way. So for you guys, that's the only mechanism that you've experienced, right?
Yes, I
I don't
know.
know. Yeah, I was
Yes,
gonna say I
know.
don't know, because obviously, I feel like the year that I'm born in, the age that I am,
Yeah.
was literally like the tip, like the transfer between. Like I didn't start secondary school with a phone. Like
Okay.
I didn't. No one in my year had like people had phones, but it wasn't like a thing like that. Like we used like Moshi Monsters, Club Penguin, like all of those online. Do you know what I mean? On the computer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does that count as being online though?
Kind of, yeah.
Or like
But I wouldn't say.
this way,
I wouldn't
yeah,
say
yeah.
social network.
yeah, as in like I didn't
Okay.
have. I got it still young. I got Snapchat in year 8, but it's like now people would have Snapchat, Instagram when they're like 11, 12.
Even
you know what I
primary
mean?
schools.
Or primary school.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Wow.
mean?
Okay.
So I think like I grew up. Like I was out with my friends. I would meet my friends. I would actually go to there's a park where I used my mum's house. There's a park across the road. I'd go to the park. I'd literally for hours and hours until the sun's going down.
Okay.
I don't even want to go home to get water because my mum will make me stay in the house.
Once you're
Like-
in, you're in.
Exactly. So it's like I grew up experiencing that, but then my little sister didn't.
Yeah.
And my little sister's turning 18 next year. But she grew up on TikTok,
Yeah.
Music Bowls, Musically before. She grew up on knowing about that. My little brother who's 11 don't know any different. And my nephew who is turning 1 tomorrow, he knows, like, you
The
give him
iPad
a
baby.
phone, he puts the phone to his ear, he
Yeah.
knows what, like I didn't, so I feel like for me, but then at the same time, I wouldn't want to not be on social media. Like I really, I do enjoy and I do love social media, but I've had life without it. Like I've been able to be a child and I've been able to be an adult with it, but I've lived life, but only as a child, not as an adult. I feel like as an adult, I've always had social media. So I don't know how to, I don't know. But as a child, I think that's the only difference. But I was definitely in that generation of that, just the transfer. Like I remember putting cassettes, twisting the cassettes with a pencil to twist it back up.
What you
How old are you?
doing?
40?
No, that's what we had in our house.
Okay.
My mum had the CD player in the house, but it's like, or like for example, like the Argos book for
Yes.
Christmas.
Got a circle.
Do you know what I mean? But I feel like
What the Argos.
yeah, but I feel like let's say just 2 years below me,
Yeah.
or 1 year below me. Like when I was talking about the Argos catalogue with one of my friends who's 2 years younger than me, and they're like, "What? What Argos catalogue?" I was like, "It's like a really big book, and you circle what you want." And they were like, do you know what I mean? So I was like, I was literally just the tip, like just the
Okay. That's
tipping point,
interesting.
like. So I think I don't know how to yeah, my little brother, he
hear
will
it.
not have a clue what that is. There's certain shows I used to watch, and they're just like even Disney Channel shows that I'll mention. They're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Which is weird because I'm just like, but you're not that much younger than me. I don't know.
Do you know what it is though? I feel like in the time, I don't know what it is like that. This time that I grew up personally, I feel like I watched everything change. Like
yeah, that makes.
I went from putting fat cassettes in a big black TV that's like got that much depth to it.
Yeah.
I watched the TVs get that thin. I watched the phones go from that to that to that to that. Do you know what I mean? Everything's just changing. Even like home aesthetics, everything's changing.
Yeah.
Microwaves have got flat screen TVs on them. I seen a fridge the other day. You know whose fridge it is. The fridge has a whole screen.
Yeah, I've
They're
seen it.
watching reels while they're eating.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Crazy.
And like to me, when I grew up, it was like I don't know, I'm a technology guy. I love gaming. So like I love playing games. I've got consoles. I've built my PC, all of that rubbish. But when it comes to my phone specifically, I think for me, prime time was BBM, Blackberries. That was like, I was involved. I loved that so much. And then the screens got bigger, the keyboards disappeared, the buttons started flying off the place, and I just wasn't engaging with my phone. Like I think even as an artist, that's like my biggest struggle. Like online engagement, because I love making music, I love putting it out for the world to see, but it's like you said with the stories, I've never really been accustomed to like posting my whole life. I feel like I do so many things, but if someone was to ask me, I'll forget it because I'm not posting everything that I do. Do you know what I mean?
You're living in the moment.
Yeah, and plus like I said, things started moving so quickly at a certain like age. I couldn't remember what age, but like you're saying, 2 years below us wouldn't even know what this is, even though they're not that much younger
it's
than
weird.
us. But it's because things started shifting so fast, and that's how I see it personally. So like, I feel like I never really adapted with the shift, By the time I got a BlackBerry, iPhones was out. By the time I got the iPhone 3GS, the 5 was out.
Yeah.
I get the 5, the 6, the 5, whatever. Do you know what I mean? So I just never really caught up with it. I think that's my biggest battle now. Help me with marketing. No, literally, it's like solidifying my brand online. People understanding what I'm trying to convey, but just online. Because I loved it in person. Like I said to you before, events, I'm involved. I'm talking to everyone. I'm socializing. Get me on the phone, completely different person. Do you know what I mean? So that's my perspective on it.
So from your perspective, Elijah, because obviously your career started well before everything was chronically online. Like you literally printing the vinyl. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like how, like you've seen the transition and the shift over. What things from your perspective like transferred really well online that was like, okay, this makes a lot of sense for it to go there? And what things did you see kind of disappear from your perspective?
I guess like I was still the beneficiary of a lot of things moving online. So when I started the label in 2010, the record shops, you know, like the literal record shops that sold our music kind of closed. So we had to sell direct to the people that wanted to buy the record. So we were like selling on Big Cartel and then Shopify direct to people. So we like had the data of who was actually buying our stuff in the UK and worldwide. And then I was on like Rinse FM in like 2008, and it was just as it was going from like pirate to like a community station, being legit, being online, so people were listening from all over the world. And it was just before like streaming as well. So it was like you had to go to that station to get, you know, the grime and dubstep and jungle and that kind of music still. It wasn't as widely available everywhere else, like on YouTube and stuff like that yet. So I was still like part of a generation that is like, I'm like half pirate and then half internet. So when I came through, like the OG DJs sometimes would say, oh, like you're like a blogger DJ. That doesn't even make sense.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because they see me as like an internet kid that was on pirate. So that was like, that don't make no sense, because you're either one or the other. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like the people, the documenting people, like the journalists and all these kind of people before were like, they were seen as very separate. So like if you wrote for magazines or you had like like say if you worked at Vice or The Guardian or something like that, you were over there, and then the pirates or the artists were over here. But now today these two things overlap a lot more. And then I guess at the beginning of socials and internet era stuff, it was just capturing what was happening in real life and then putting it on the internet. So you think of like the early generation of SBTV and GRM, all it was just filming what was happening.
Yeah, mad authentic.
Like or people spit into camera, and that was it. There wasn't like much set up around it. But then the era that we're in now is like, it is designed for the internet.
Yeah.
It's like internet first, and that for a lot of people has been hard to adjust to. But I am like still, if I'd say like my like journey in this thing really started in like 2009, it wouldn't have been functional without the internet, because we had this like wide like base of people from all over the world that made it functional. Whereas if we were only like able to reach the people that we could visit, we would have had like, you know, we wouldn't have left East London. Or if the pirate radio station only reached to where it did, you know, only 2 or 3 years before, I would have just been like a local DJ. Whereas literally just being on there when it went 2008, when that switch happened and some of the artists and stuff blowing up, I was just a beneficiary of that whole wave of artists. You know what I'm saying?
You were there for the .com bubble, the second everything.
Yeah, exactly. And then I remember like literally when the second wave of grime and a lot of that stuff getting popular again, and like to the generation of artists like Dave and Stormzy and AJ and Novelist came through, it wasn't just like, oh, just new artists, it was new platform. So it was like them and streaming. So that was like the first time all of our energy had been monetized from the off. Like before, people would like be bootlegging stuff and downloading it or just listening to it on YouTube, not paying. That was the first time you were able to like, if you listen to a new whatever Dave song or AJ Tracy song, wherever it's going to be, every listen counted for something. Okay. Whereas before, literally just the year before, 2013, that wasn't really happening.
Straight line, wow.
Yeah, or just like watch the video on YouTube. I remember like German Whip came out and it's like on SBTV, and I don't know if it was in the charts or anything, but if it was like the following year and it was streaming, it would have like done a lot. Probably been the measure of things just completely changed. And then again, when Insta went from a photo app to like a video app, then that's like the next curve. So it's like sometimes people say, oh, like this rapper is bigger than the next rapper, or this artist is bigger than the next thing. It's just the measurement has changed completely.
Yeah.
It's not like one person's necessarily bigger than the other. It's very different.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe it is a pro and a con of social media, because it can be measured, like how many people that it's reached. And I know for you, Nicole, as well, you've done your set with DJ AG, which again, I mean, the concept of what DJ AG has is amazing. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it is online, it's accessible though, it's like amazing, like what he's doing for artists. And then even that became like a ripple effect to a lot of the things that you're doing now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think me being that DJ AG is the reason I'm doing what I love every single day. Like if I wasn't on that platform that day, I'd probably still be living in Birmingham, because I moved to London for music because I was given an opportunity to do something I love full time. So, and the way I met my manager, Wes, was because DJ AG, and after I came off that live, he then invited me to an event that he was DJing at, and it was in collaboration with Defected, and I'm now managed by the CEO of Defected, because he heard me at that event that I wasn't even gonna go to, but I was like, you know what am I gonna lose by going? Like literally, that was just what I was like, whatever, like I'm just gonna go.
Literally
and
what you wrote down,
exactly, literally. But I wasn't gonna go to the event because I was like, there's so many things happening on the way, and I was just like, oh, you know what, this is a sign to not go. Then I was like, actually no, because so many negative things are happening, maybe I should go, because maybe something's trying to stop me. Like I'm very like I believe in God so much as well, so I feel like something, like I'm meant to be there, but there's things trying to stop me going. And then I was meant to be there, literally, like I'm traveling and performing at all these events, and it's literally been 6 months, like 7 months basically, that all of this has happened in. And it's just DJ AG, like he's just, and it's so genuine as well. It was just genuine, because I actually came late. I wasn't even meant to perform that day. I was okay with just watching everybody else, but they were like, we've not had a girl on, and I was just like and then they just let me do it. So it just felt like it all fell into place so perfectly. But DJ AG, like I'm so grateful. Like, and I say it all the time. Like I think what he's doing is so good, and he started it so, like, I don't think he intended for it to even go as far as it did. He was just doing something he loved. Like if you look at all his old videos, people are not even stopping. Like but he's enjoying himself. He's dancing. Like and now it's like he's one of the biggest. I'd say the biggest DJ in London. Like not even just London, because he's across everywhere now. But no, he's that. Yeah, that was a ripple effect, definitely.
You've written about DJ AG, haven't you?
Yeah, it was last year, like just before like this massive like blow up. So your story is so cool. I'm glad that like you're one of the many like beneficiaries of the platform, man. It's such a good thing to hear. But I posted just simple, like DJ AG is the most important DJ in the UK, and they kind of had like half negative comments and half positive. This was last September, so September 2024. And then like the following week, Jamie and Skepta jumped on, and then, you know what I mean, other artists had been jumping on, but there was like a whole bunch of people like that were well known started jumping on, but it maintained the up and coming talent. And that's what I thought was super important. It wasn't just how big you can get, how big artists you can get, how many big artists you can get on the platform. It was like this balance between you sharing space with someone that is established and that shared thing, and things being like outside, and again it meshing with online is like what we're talking about here, isn't it? It's like it's not just purely like zeros and ones. It's like in the street in King's Cross, people can see you. You've got a motivation to post it. He's got a motivation to post it, and then other people are filming and capturing it, and it's like it's very tangible. And I think I guess why I called him the most important DJ in the UK. If you think of like what you think the function of DJs participating in this scene or scenes should be, it should be to like platform new artists and new sounds, new talent. And a lot of the time it's not like we're just not incentivized enough to do that. Is that everything else is incentivizing you to not do that. So you'd be like, okay, you got to go and play for a brand, or you play on the radio, you have to play like the music that they give you. But his thing was like, I'm going to platform new talent. Of the if the famous people want to join in, cool, it's great for two, but that balance is super important. I'm glad like the last year has happened. Like, every time I see something on this thing that, or other people posting about, I'm like, yes, like you don't have to make a lot of big calls in like music. So when maybe do 1 or 2 a year, and that one has been like probably the right time, like the perfect timing for the right person, and then the outcome has been way exceeded what I expected.
Yeah, no, he's gone clear.
Yeah, honestly. And how would that fit in what you wrote, trying to make it sustainable kills the momentum? How do you think that applies to what AG's doing?
Okay, so if DJ AG came up to me last August 2024, and he said, I'm going to DJ in the street and platform new talent, I would have been like, what? Do not do this. This is a bad idea. And you're going to do it 3 times a week, 4-hour streams each time live on TikTok. I'm like, no, don't do that. This is crazy. Are you going to do it in Brixton as well? Are you mad? Like, most people would talk someone like that out of doing their idea.
Yeah.
And then because of my like management head or brain of doing things and trying to make systems of things, you think, well, if you start, then you ain't. There's no way you're going to be able to sustain that for 3 times a week for 52 weeks a year. What if it's cold? What if it's snowing? There's a lot of reasons to not. But the fact that, again, he's like got a desire to do it in the way he's done, and not maybe probably confirming with people asking too many questions. He's certainly asking me, and just doing it and showing people it works. Other people are rushing to help you to do it. They're like, right, like, okay, we need to get behind this. And other artists, brands, whatever it's going to be, go, all right, cool. People like to see people working.
Yeah.
And they respect the hustle. So the sustainability thing, there's going to be a day when obviously he stops. He says, all right, cool, I've done my thing now. And no one's going to say, no, you should have done more. You should have made it sustainable. No, it was a time, man. You might have 1, 2, 3 years doing it. Boom. You know what I mean? What we probably don't want to see is him doing it in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not. If he wants to, fine. But
yeah.
if he's got a better idea or another idea of how to take his thing forward or do something different or become a coffee maker, I want him to do whatever's happy for him. Yeah? Makes him happy.
And it feels like you even said as well, like that was just him capturing what he's doing, like genuinely. Like just doing that rather than it being engineered for online. Like he's doing what he loves, like DJing, and then literally capturing it, all the people coming in the back. Because he even put that clip together of like the ones that might come along and actually are trying to mash up the thing or like start trouble and whatever. And it's like, and I'm so happy he actually shared that as well, because it's like,
he stands up for his thing, you know.
He really does.
Yeah.
Police trying to move him, all of this. Like it's like just shows you the full picture. Of like, it's not all been roses.
Yeah, you can see the amount of time like most people would have just given up, you know?
100%.
I hear it.
And then boom. Because I remember seeing when Skepta and Jamie jumped on and I thought, okay. And then next minute you got American artists coming over.
Got Will Smith. You just shut down the
You know
whole
what I
Central.
mean? And I never thought I would see Will Smith in King's Cross standing there with a mic. Never thought I'd see the day. But just, again, the opportunities and the possibilities that our digital era has created. Because the fact that that's travelled to America, he's like a go-to when it comes to PR now. When like artists are in the UK, which is, to think like King's Cross or Brixton. I think he was in Harlesden the other day. Do you know what I mean? Like, crazy.
Do you know what? I've never been. I've always wanted to go. Like I've seen loads of my friends like up on the stage, and I've always said I want to go. Then I saw the Will Smith thing. I said, yeah, I don't know if I can go no more.
Did it kind of change?
Yeah. It
really?
like, I don't know. You see things elevate to a certain level, and like, I want to get involved from early. And then the second I seen that skyrocket, I was like, damn, I might have missed my chance, you know? That's how I see it. But like you said, because he's still trying to like encapsulate the essence of upcoming as well as fully established and this and that. I'm trying to see where I can.
But I think
wiggle
he
in,
needs
you know what I
he
mean?
needs the upcoming artists even more to show the breadth. Do you know what I mean? Because there was that conversation online of like the gatekeeping and whatever, which even in a way kind of highlighted that's exactly what AG doesn't want to do. It's like keep it accessible. So I think that, even though I get it, you might feel like, damn, like, is it going to be good for me? Everything's changed now.
I don't know. I just get overwhelmed quite easily. So seeing that, it looked very overwhelming.
You know what? I saw that show and it was because Will Smith.
Yeah.
But then the same week he went to Cardiff, and people locally just spitting, and
I hear it.
people are just happy to MC and perform, and that's it. Like, and he's gone to other places, gone to Jamaica. Like, I remember seeing this video, and it was just like, who's here to perform? And it's like 40 people just with their hands up, and you're like, wow, that is the essence. That is like literally what
Fair enough.
what is there for. Because
I mean, I come from a bit of an ignorant perspective because I've never been at all, so I don't know how.
have
Like,
no idea,
I didn't know that's how you do it. Like, oh, who wants to rap? Right, jump on. Do you know what I mean?
You just got to pull up.
But I might have to.
yeah,
So have you had like, what has the online digital era like done for you, JT? Would you say that there's any opportunities that you've seized
Hell yeah.
because of?
A whole bunch of opportunities. I think like 90% of, or maybe not 90, that's a big number. A lot of the things that I've managed to do is because I've connected with people online before I've met them.
Okay.
And then I'd say a large chunk of it would be like the thing that blows my mind is Bex Blue. He came to, so Simon had a headliner and I was performing I was part of the set. And in the back is just Bliss, Paul Stefan, Bex Blue, and like a producer, Waiting King. I didn't even know who he was at the time. They've all come to me and like we're chatting at the back. And that was like one of the rare times where like someone will see me perform straight away, like, yo, let's do this, that. And then I'll go pre-dating. I'm like, wow, this is mad, cool, let's work. But like, I'd say a lot of it for me personally has been like I'm gonna go get her. I'm gonna message you. I'm gonna say, yo, let's try it. You know what I mean? Let's make something work. If not, then we'll link up here. Let's get it cracking, whatever. That's what I am on. So a lot has come from online. But then, like I say, it's bittersweet because I hate being online. Maybe not hate. I don't like being online. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know.
Because it's not actually really natural. It's not like the way that we consume so much, even though it's become a habit, it's kind of not natural. It's not natural.
I'd say it's not natural for me, but my experience is that there's ways to go about it to make it feel more comfortable. Maybe not natural, but comfortable. Like, I never realized how many places I'm going that people actually want to see these things. Like you said, people want to see that you're working. What I've realized is people want to see that you and your friends are together, community, working towards something. Do you know what I mean? Like when I'm posting that I'm in the studio or like just a random video, I'll post some stupid stuff on my story. Like a random video of like me and Amanda were chatting about boiled eggs. Do you know what I mean? Like I hate peeling them. Guys are giving me advice. My engagement's sky high. Do you know what I mean? People want to see the weird things, in my opinion.
Or the human.
Do you know what I mean? So that's where it will become natural for me because a lot of things going on. I just pull out my phone, boom, boom, boom. But when it comes to like the pre-planned, attack this and do that and that, cool, whatever.
But that's why it's become like a whole role in itself, like social media managers, because you have to have. I think some people naturally might have that way of thinking. It sounds like maybe you more think in a way of like strategically, maybe from your artist management background. But I know for me, like I feel like I'm more of the creative. Like that's why again I want to focus on the what. I don't want to focus on the how. Like I just want to like have the ideas. And like
it's all one big machine.
Exactly.
That wheel's connected to that one. And if you want that one to spin, you've got to, do you know what I mean? So that's how I'm starting to think about it more. Trying to approach things differently, you know. But it's all right.
Yeah. So now we're going to actually look at maybe the cons, quote unquote, or the price maybe we're paying for like being online all the time. And dare I even bring in the word sustainable? Like, is this sustainable? Like, there's a lot of pressure on artists to, and I mean, listen, promoting your music has always been there. Like, it's always been there. Like, it's your music, promote it, or put it out, leave it, move on. Do you know what I'm saying? But now it's like it's got a name, content creation. And that feels daunting because it's not even just you as a music artist. You've got the fashion bloggers, you've got you've got actual just content creators who are just capturing their life. And now also there's like added money now that you could be getting to that. From like just posting things online, you can now get paid for it. And there's just so much to it. Is it sustainable? Or do we care? The way you're working now, do you think it's sustainable? Like, do you think this, like, you see this as a long-term way that you're going to work?
Yeah, I definitely do. I feel like social media, like as an artist, there's so many opportunities you have So I make a lot of clothes like for myself. I don't make clothes for other people. Sorry guys, I'm not at that level yet. But I do make I should have actually worn some of them today. But like I make a lot of my clothes and post it online. I'll do videos about like, because obviously I make music in Punjabi. So videos on like how I learn the songs, breaking down the songs. So I'm not actually even singing properly, or like there's a video I posted yesterday, 100,000 views, less than 24 hours, because I'm singing along to a song. But I understand what people want to see, because they're seeing a black person singing fluently in an Asian language. So they're just like, you know, I know what's going to get me money on TikTok. I know what videos are going to get me paid. I also know what videos won't get me paid. But like, for example, if like I get sent something, if because it has that like banner that says paid partnership or paid promotion, I know that video is not going to get high engagement. So I'm just like, okay, this is not going to get me views. So I now have to think, okay, let me post after this. I feel like it's a con when, like, it becomes a con when you're balancing so many other things. So there was like 2 weeks straight where I was in studio every single day and I didn't have time to post, and I kept thinking, oh my gosh, am I going to lose followers? I feel like that's a bad thing, because I didn't care about those things before. I didn't really care about followers or numbers or views, but now I do care about it. And it's not intentionally, it's literally just something that's on my mind. Like, am I going to get enough views? Or I'm going to have to delete this if this doesn't get the right amount of views in like a week or 2 weeks time. Like, if it's still low, then let me just delete it and try again. Like, but I never, like, I think that's like, before I would just post stuff and just like the video that I posted, that was meant to be for my private, I have a private TikTok that I don't caption or anything. I didn't even caption the video, no hashtags, and organically it got its audience. But I wasn't surprised, because I was like, I understand why. So I feel like when you understand how to navigate it and you understand how to market yourself and you know how you want to put yourself out there on specific apps, because apps are so different. Like, I post less on Instagram than TikTok. TikTok I post very frequently, because you should do that on TikTok. Well, from my understanding, you should do that. But then there's some people that post very frequently on Instagram and their engagement's good. So I'm still understanding it and I'm still learning it and I'm still trying to navigate it. But I do what works for me, and I do enjoy it, to be honest. Okay. I feel like, for example, like, just let's say you have a driving test coming up. We need to type in driving test tips on TikTok. Your whole TikTok's driving, whatever. Like, TikTok helps me so much with so many things. Living by myself as well, just inspiration on what should I do to my living room. I'll type in living room ideas, then you get suggestions. TikTok shop. I'm not going to lie, I'm a victim. TikTok shop. I'm not going to lie. My whole house was funded by TikTok shop. Like,
really?
Literally, I got the flooring, I took all the carpet off the house.
Flooring?
I did it by myself, yeah. TikTok. There's laminate flooring on TikTok. Hey. My whole house has got laminate flooring. I got TikTok wallpaper on TikTok. I've got them sticky quotes on the wall. TikTok shop. Wow. On my cabinets. I got the stick on... you know what the stick on, like, it's like, it looks like marble.
Yeah, I've seen people.
TikTok shop, my bathroom, everything, TikTok shop. Like, I don't know how long it's going to last, because I only just recently done it. But I feel like apps like that, there's so many pros to it. And you can also make that money back on TikTok now. So whatever, you don't need to have many followers or anything. But if you bought a product on TikTok shop and you review it, if someone then purchases it, you make money from people that purchase it. So these platforms are giving opportunities, not just, they're not looking at your followers, they just want you to make the content. Literally, that's it.
But can I ask, how much of this also has worked well for you because of your masters as a digital marketing? Because you studied this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
did. Yeah.
So have you applied, I'm guessing, like, what you've learned?
Yeah,
to
I'm not
this?
gonna lie. Yeah, I have.
Whereas J2, you don't have a
Numbers,
master's.
Numbers, that's all I know.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, it does sound like a lot of work.
It is. It's like, it's literally a job. This was my, so as well as doing the degree, whilst I was just finishing my undergrad, that's when I got my job. So I was working I was head of marketing, but my job role was like mainly social media element of it, the website, newsletters, email marketing, like everything marketing. So it was literally my whole life. Like at work, I was doing it. At uni, I was doing it. My personal life, I'm doing it. So it was like just something. I think that's why I enjoy it, because it's like I'm used to it now. Like I had to do it. I didn't want to drop out of my degree. I didn't want to quit my job. Like, so I had to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Can I ask though, do you feel that you're present in your life though? Like, do you feel like you have moments that it's like, I'm not thinking like, let me film this to post it?
I think, do you know what happens? And this is going to sound crazy, but I'll have moments and I enjoy the moment. I'm like, oh, I should have filmed that. That's what happens, rather than like, I don't get my phone out naturally and be like, oh, let me just like, let me do that. It's like, I'll know if I'm about to film something, I'll be like, oh, I'm going to film this, But then something will happen. I'll be like, oh, that would have been really good content. And then I'll try and recreate it. Like, that's how mad it is. Like, I'll literally try and recreate the moment and it's just not the same.
So when you're trying to recreate the moment, can I ask, is it still a memory of yours, like a core memory?
No, it's not.
So this is what I mean, like in the way that it's shifting our memory. Because think about it, when we film it, it's getting saved in our phone memory. We have our own memory.
Yeah.
And how reliant are we putting that phone memory above our own memories? Do you know what I mean? Because like even the other day I was at a concert. Whose concert? I went to see Coco Roco. And like I kept saying, like, I mean, no, don't film any of it. Just enjoy it. But my hand was going and I was filming it. And I'm like, but I'm here. Why do I need to like, why? Just to show other people. And in my head, I was thinking, I'm going to post it on TikTok. Yeah. I was here. But I'm like, even me thinking about that, I'm not living in the moment. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, and I do think, I don't know, like when we are a lot older and we're reliant on like our memories.
Oh, yeah.
How present are we in our life? And I think that might be a slight price that we don't know that we're paying.
No, you're right.
Because also, especially with all the change in terms and conditions for a lot of these platforms and apps, it's like now they're like fitting in that they'll get to use this and not
Are they
pay
really
for
just
that.
your memories? Or
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like it's great for people making money now out of this, but I have always just thought like, I feel like there's something that we're trading that we don't realize that we're trading.
Yeah, and it's scary because a lot of the time, like using me as an example, I'm not doing it intentionally. It's now part of my subconscious. I'm like, oh, like let me like try and do this, or I'll literally block out a day. Like, okay, today it's for content. Like today. Like, but I think like my content, when I started just doing content, like when I was at uni, because I needed to get free stuff. It was very natural. It was just like I was with my flatmate and I was like, oh, film me, I'm gonna go ask the boss man. Like obviously I said if he doesn't want me to post it, I won't post it. But I was like, I'll just film me, and I filmed the natural like me going inside. Then other stores started to invite me to ask me to do the same thing.
Oh, they were inviting you?
Yeah, so everywhere else I've been invited to, and it's like, but they want the same format, or just walk in and and we have to film it over and over because they will have an idea they want me to do. And I didn't post all of them because some of them it's like, this looks fake. But it is fake, but it's like, it doesn't even look like, do you know what I mean? But it's like, you know, I'm now getting paid to be here. So I need to now think of a way to make it look real, even though it's not real. It's like, yeah.
Work now, innit?
Black Mirror.
Yeah, it's just, but I do love it. Like I enjoy it. I definitely, like my aim is just to put, because I do it with, I mainly, started off doing it only with small businesses and didn't charge them. They would just give me something for free. But my aim was, okay, how many followers can I get this place? Because I was still doing my degree at the time. So I was using them as my, like I was using them in my assignment, in my dissertation. I used those like examples.
Case
yeah, literally.
Okay.
So they were helping me and I was trying to help them. So it was more just to help me. So that's why it was more natural. But then when I finished uni, I don't need like, do you know what I mean? But I do want to help. But it's like, how can we make it natural? I don't know. I feel like it's subconsciously now like, okay, how's this going to look online? I don't know how this is going to look online. I'll watch it and be like, no, we need to do it again. Like it doesn't look real. Like it doesn't look natural. Yeah, I think being the content creator, I wouldn't call myself a content creator. I'd just say social media. But I don't know.
You're an artist.
Yeah, just but it's so difficult, and it's like a lot of people would think like, oh, it's really easy. But yeah, like I try to enjoy the moment. I try to I went to watch Coco Jones. I felt like my whole childhood, everyone around me was like, you know, we've watched her on all these, you know. So I've seen Coco Jones, and she's just in front of me, and I'm just like, I couldn't even pick up my phone because I was just so in and literally I think the people next to me, we all looked around the same age. So pretty much grew up watching her, and we were all just like, for like the first like 15 minutes, you know, everyone else, like you could see who knew her later in life and who knew her before. But I did enjoy that moment. Then as I was leaving, because I was in like because of the section I was in, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't film anything. And let me film. And I started, you know, so it's like, I get what you mean, basically. Yeah, I get what you mean. I tried to be in the moment, but I was like, nope, I need to post this. I need to post this online. But I didn't need to post it. That's the thing. I actually didn't need to.
This need now.
It's our brain, like,
It's a habit. How do you both feel?
I'll be real, like, I'm not opposed to... For me, it's the attitude towards it, or like the intention towards it. Because, like, say, for example, if I'm at a show, and like Bex Blues show, for example, Bex Blues on stage, Siming's on stage, Paul Stefan, this is all my friends. So for the sake of them, I'm pulling out my phone, I'm recording, but I don't care what's on my phone. My eyes are locked in what's going on. And then when I'm like, yeah, I've been holding my phone for too long, I'm just, I stay locked in. That's what it is for me. When I realize like I'm living for my phone, because my phone don't live for me. My phone's just a phone, but I don't want to live for my phone. Do you know what I mean? So I want my phone to live vicariously through me. So what I'll do is I might capture a one moment, take a picture or whatever it is. I'll completely forget about it. Keep living. And then there'll be a one day where I'm just sat down, like that imposter syndrome might hit. I'm like, raw, what's going on? Where am I right now? Where, how do I feel about things? I just scroll through my phone. I'm like, that was only a month ago. This was only in February. Wow, like this has been a good year. Like what? I didn't realize these things. Like time passes by me so quickly. That's one thing I've realized. So my phone serves the purpose when it comes to like capturing things and whatnot, is to imprint a time. Like it's like a time stamp for me. This time, this date, this location's been stamped like on my phone. I'll forget about it, and then I'll get a one memory, maybe like a year or two down the line, and then I'm like, okay, wait. I'll sit there for hours trying to find it. I'll find it, and it'll take me right back. Do you know what I mean? But like, I feel like my mindset when it comes to social media, I feel like you're there and I'm there. Do you know what I mean? Not in a bad way, as in like I want to be able to do some of the stuff you do, but I don't know how to approach it. Do you know what I mean? And so I don't. And maybe I'm trying to mold myself, or I'm molding myself around who I actually am and trying to make it sustainable for me. Kind of. Without killing momentum. I'm just living my best life. If I keep it a stack, I'm just doing me, living my best life. Whatever happens, happens. And just I'll take a couple pictures and videos along the way. That's it really. Do you know what I mean?
I know you got some yellow squares about this. Like artists aren't content creators.
Yeah, so I wrote, but the reason why I said artists aren't content creators is because people, I guess nowadays, people can only think of art creating in the sense of like posting things. You know what I'm saying? So I was like reminding people like, okay, there's art, even if you don't show no one, the things that you're making in the studio, how much of that is going to surface and how much do you care to get someone's opinion on it? Like that's not the point. It is a part of the artist presentation when you want to sell something or you want to get it to more people, get your message out there, but it's not by default. You know what I'm saying? And I guess like you guys have like processed the question in terms of the way you're engaging with it as an artist, but I guess we're processing it as the way we consume it. You know what I mean? Or it consumes us. So like the scrolling and the reading and all these things that are kind of coming at you. And I've been online most days since maybe 2000, right? This is a lot of time on the internet. And if I was able to half that, I would have got a lot more done in my life. Most of the days that I've spent on, not even just days that I'm spending on the internet, like I'm just sitting there on a computer, but if it was an hour less of those 4 hours or 1 or 2 hours or half an hour, whatever it is, even if it was just halved, I wouldn't have had any less benefit that I got from it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if there's like some sort of amount of time that is optimum, like an hour a day or something, just scrolling, messing around with this stuff, maybe 0. But for the most part, there's like some sort of threshold, like every additional hour is just hurting yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I am not quite close to being like an addict of scrolling or something like that. I guess I put out a lot of material, so I'm usually like adminning what is coming back. I do read a lot of crazy stuff, Substack and YouTube and TikTok, not TikTok, X, but I'm not sure it's like making my life any better. You know what I'm saying? There's like more of a compulsion. And now that I'm at the other end of the curve, like again, I'm 38. If I was, how old are you?
22.
22. Okay, so just having little periods of time of like not being on it won't hurt you at all. That's one thing that I spent like about 9 months offline through like 2020 into 2021.
When you say
Even
offline, how offline were you though?
Well, I deleted my accounts, so I didn't even have a feed.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
So
It's pretty offline.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
yeah, I think you'll find maybe like equivalent thing that will just take up space in your life,
Yeah.
and then you figure out all these ways around not having it. It's like, okay, well, people say, oh, no, I need it for my music, or I need it for like traveling. It's like, well, just bring a book. If you need it for music, just get an iPod, like whatever, anything.
Yeah.
But using that as a thing, you know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
And trust me, like so much of the things that I've seen or consumed in this last or whatever 20 years or something, if I count from MySpace onwards, I got MySpace at the end of 2005.
MySpace. And Pix.
That was, I still had to log on to a computer to do that. So that was like a very active thing.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I see like me being on X particular, more, like, because that's the thing I use the most, is like having a cigarette. So it's like doing like 40 a day or something.
Just
40.
subconsciously just.
Yeah.
And you realise you're on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you have cigarettes 40 a day. That's what I was like.
That's what it's like, the mind.
Oh, okay.
I've never smoked before.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like,
I feel you.
if you could see we don't have an equivalent like measurement of like damage, but if you measured it in the same way that you do alcohol or tobacco or sugar, like that kind of consumption would be in the same pocket for me.
That's a good way of thinking about it.
Yeah. So one day they'll probably have the warning label on the thing.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like you've used the thing for like 2 hours
You
today.
will go mental.
The fact that we have like screen time.
Yeah, I was gonna
you can
say,
get apps that like limit your time, and I think that is a subconscious like warning,
Yeah.
because it's like people are spending too much time on their phone. But we have to remember that it's been designed that way though.
Yeah. It's designed to
Like,
addict you.
It's doing its job.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like the notifications, the color that they are, the sounds, it becomes addictive. It releases
It's gotten to the
dopamine.
point where I feel my phone vibrate in my pocket. My phone's not even in my pocket.
Yeah.
It's vibration.
I know.
From somewhere.
Yeah.
One of the things I noticed now that I've like spoken to like thousands of people like that are terminally online, I guess, especially in the UK and around the world, is how similar everyone talks. It's bizarre.
Oh, yeah.
So like people will ask me the same questions in exactly the same way, exactly the same format, because I'm like, oh, okay, everyone's watching the same content that goes viral, or listening to the same podcasts. I'm like, okay, I can tell what you listen to, the influences that you're pulling from, or like the quotes that you're grabbing because of the content you consume.
Yeah.
Because the same thing that, a lot of the same things that go viral here are viral everywhere. So people will see a Stephen Bartlett thing, or they'll see a Gary Stevenson thing, or they'll see whatever it is, big music things, and it's the same everywhere. So people ask the same questions, go down these paths. So if your references are very offline or just in front of you, like you step out into Elstone and you see something, you're like, oh, okay, if I take a snap of that, or take a picture, or capture that, or write that down, I don't put it online, I've got like a reference that no one else can see, and it puts you at an advantage. You know what I'm saying? Because more time people are trying to plug into the thing that everyone understands already, but we might see something here in East that is just not even just in South London or in West or in the rest of the country that is super special. What people tend to do is like okay, this is the way of speaking, or this is the way of articulating ourselves for the whole world, and then try and fit that. And it's like, it is changing the way people behave, and I see it in this like, whoa, in like real time.
Literally, yeah, because when you're saying that, I'm thinking like, wow, like it's actually kind of programming how we think.
I never thought about it like that.
Literally, it's like I'm literally thinking now, like all the things that I just even might general things I say.
Yeah, like the way your house looks is because of social media. Like, you just
that is
yeah,
great.
literally.
you live in your app.
I live inside TikTok,
Yeah.
basically. But it's true. Like, I can't even lie. Like, like my first thought when I was like, okay, I don't like the carpet in this house. My first thought, let me check TikTok. Give me the answer. Did you see this thing? It's really weird, but you see, what phone do you use your hand? What hand do you use your phone
Got your
in?
bent pinky in it.
Yeah, like, because my other pinky is straight. Have you heard of this? So basically, if you look at your hand,
And holding the phone.
there's like everyone has a bump on their pinky from holding your phone so much.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Do you have it?
I do.
I have it, but I don't have, because I don't use my phone in this hand, but I have it right here. It's so
Yeah.
weird. Like, when I
Even the
saw that,
physical,
yeah, there's physical, like,
implications.
and that means the people younger than us, like my little sister, her one is like a bit more out, because the phones are getting wider but slimmer. So it's like they're going to be in different places. So weird.
Back in the day, you used to ask a kid, how do you pretend to be on the phone like that? Now they're going like that, like that.
Yeah, it's so
Do you know what I
true.
mean?
Yeah.
It's small things like that it gets to me. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find this the maddest. Like, this is literally a physical sign of...
It
Well,
really
have you been places where, like, say, like there's some sort of aesthetic beauty or nature or something, but then you see everyone hunched over, and then that makes you like super awake because you're like, whoa, like,
clock it.
yeah, because you think, oh, that's me. Like when other people are looking at me, that's how I am. Like, even on a train or something, if you see everyone using a phone and then you're reading, you're like, okay, that looks mad.
Yeah.
Or like I went to a wedding recently and it was phone free, so
Nice.
people's hands were free, so people were more tactile. When you're like at a party now, this was like a really odd thing that I noticed, but like people have a drink in their hand and the phone in their other hand, so you're not as like touching people. Not everyone wants to be touched, but I feel that's quite like okay, I'm not gonna really dance because I've got the thing in my hand and I've got that in my, and I can't. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like changing the way people even
yourself
move around the
around.
world. Yeah.
So weird. Yeah, literally. I went to Thailand by myself for my birthday. I booked it like 2 days before. It was literally a spontaneous
Sick.
birthday
Love that.
trip. I went for 5 days, and I took my phone with me, and I got pictures, obviously, but I got pictures right at the end of everything, because obviously I was by myself. It was like, it felt weird asking, can you take a picture of me? So it's like, I just didn't use my phone. And also, like, I didn't get the SIM card until like 3 days into there. So I was just literally enjoying it. No one was really using their phones. I stayed in in a town called Phuket. I don't know if it's town or village, whatever you call it. But there was so many locals, and I literally was mingling and speaking to the locals. Like, every day I was just interacting with the locals. When I was transporting like to different places, I was on a motorbike. I couldn't use my phone anyways. So when I look at my memories, I was on my I have a personal Instagram account, and there's literally like I have like 3 pictures from Thailand, like 3 good pictures. Whilst I was there, I was barely taking pictures and videos because no one there was using their phones. And it's like literally the locals, they're not using their phones. And when I came back, I was like, oh my gosh, I barely took pictures and videos. Like, why didn't I not take that many? But it's like, but I didn't think about, I was just enjoying the moment. And that's literally, I've got a tattoo from Thailand. It was literally the best trip I've ever had. Like, I got the tattoo the day before I left to remember how good that trip was. But it's like, I barely have, but I remember it. So that's enough for me.
Yeah.
So I think, but if I could apply that mindset for like 2 months when I came back, that was my mindset. Like, yeah, I'm going to apply, barely going to use my phone. Then I got back into it. Like, I'm not going to lie. I told myself, like, I come back with a new mindset, like barely going to use my phone. But yeah, it took me like a month to just get back on my phone. Like, but I think that was just a good, like you were saying, that take them periods of time, not really on your phone, because by the time I came back, I was so tired. Like, I'd wake up, because I booked all my activities before. I'd be out of my hotel from 8 a.m. and come back 11 o'clock. Like, I was so tired. I was doing like those day trips and everything. I couldn't be asked to use my phone. I text my mum like, oh, I'm back now, and that's it. And go to sleep and then wake up the next day, go again. Like, I didn't have time to be using my phone. I was enjoying the moment. And like, I really wish, like, it's difficult to do. I'm not going to lie. It's difficult for me to do that in this day and age, because it just feels like, I know it doesn't have to be, but it feels like I need to document everything. I feel like I have to document things and I have to post things. Like, I'll look at my Instagram, oh my gosh, I didn't post in 4 days. I need to plan what I'm going to be posting next. It's coming up to a week. I can't let it get to a week without, it's just, I don't know how it happened, but I'm just in this it's weird. I don't know.
And I relate though. I relate as well. Like so much of what I feel like my career is now it exists online. Even like this podcast will be on YouTube. Clips will go on Instagram. Yeah. That's how I'm hoping to get people to go and watch it. I mean, would I write letters for people to go watch it? Do you know what I mean? And I feel that as well because there's also this feeling I have sometimes where it's like I need to prove that I'm still working. Like almost like if I'm not posting anything, I'm not active. Or like I have to show people like this is what I do, so book me like for this and that. And it's like it does. I remember even someone was like to me, oh, Instagram's like your CV now. Yeah. And it's like it kind of takes away first it adds that pressure, but it takes away the fun because then I even thought, well, do I post like silly things of me doing non-professional stuff and just living my life? And all these rules that kind of come around it and how it's used, which I guess reflects culturally where we might be at, like how we view these platforms. Do you know what I mean? Like you have this feeling where you're like, oh, I need to show people I'm in the studio. And it's like, you're in the studio, like you're actually doing the work. But like, now there's this added pressure to show it, which is also beautiful because you bring people in on the journey. Yeah. But then it's that added pressure, which just feels...
Do you know what, yeah? You say that, but what, like as you were saying that, I was thinking like, where did my mindset towards not wanting to post anything to then start posting kind of shift? And it's funny, it's because of Jim Legacy. Jim Legacy is like the first person that I saw on TikTok that was literally, I don't know if he was the first, but he was one of the first that I saw, that he'll just post his song and it will just be like a collage of video here. Like he could just be sat here, just a video. Go out, he's on a train, video. Like no, it just looks like a bunch of madness, but there's method to the madness, you know what I mean? And that kind of showed me like, plus seeing the things that he's doing now, which is mental. And like, for me, that like, it serves as like you can do whatever the hell you want. Like genuinely, you can post what you want. You can say what you want to an extent. You can dress as, like, however you want. You can make your own clothes. Do you know what I mean? You can do whatever. And sometimes you need to not think about it too much because before you know it, you could be the catalyst for something else happening. True. Someone could see you and be like, oh, do you know what? I should have done that. Or why don't I do that? And you can be the catalyst for a next wave, do you know what I mean? Because after Jim Legacy started doing that, I saw a whole bunch of people doing it. I started doing that, do you know what I mean? And I took it as inspiration. And like, maybe I didn't clock it at the time, but it's really just like an ode to yourself. You can do whatever you want. And as long as you've got that sense of delusion to you, that kind of connects to methodical-ismness, whatever I'm trying to say. As long as you can find a method to the madness, you can make whatever you want work. So I've always got that in the back of my head whenever I'm thinking of social media and things like that, because I get overwhelmed quite easily when it comes to like on the online world. So that's always in the back of my head. I'm like, yo, make off, live your best life, bro. Just do what you're doing. Something will come from it. Do you know what I mean? Instead of trying to make something happen from it, I'm just here.
Yeah,
I'm
or
just
to
doing.
Imitate it.
Yeah.
Just try something new.
That's why.
Then we start to expand just all the possibilities and like, yeah, just prove you literally, you can use it however you want to use it.
And that's what you were saying about being in the studio. It kind of went from I need to show people that I'm in the studio to, hey, I'm in the studio. And that's it. There's no thought behind it. I'm just sat there. I said, like yesterday, 2 pictures, exactly the same. 2 different studios, one here.
But then
another one ×2.
As someone consuming that, I'm like, yeah, he's in the studio, he's making music. Oh, he's with this person, he's with that person. Who's this person? Yeah. And there's so much that then goes on.
That's what it sparks, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But you never know until you just post a bit.
Yeah.
That's how I see it now.
Yeah. I don't know what would we say our closing remarks are on being so chronically online? I think definitely firstly seeing it as like the cigarette thing definitely shifted something in my head. Like, I'm going to consider how much of like, what are the real impacts of me spending this amount of time? Like, do I need to be on here for 2 hours or can it just be an hour and go? So that's definitely something I'll take away from this conversation.
No, you start.
I was going to say, take some time offline. That's advice I should take for myself. Also, but I use the schedule post. So even if you want to come offline for like 2 weeks, you can actually schedule your posts for the next 2 weeks and just come offline. everything will upload by itself, which is what I did. Like I've done that a couple times, but it would be like just 1 week where I'm not, but because I'm busy doing other things, not because I'm trying to get offline. So I think what I'm going to take away from this conversation is to actually literally just try and take some time offline, because I started thinking about Thailand and how peaceful it felt and how happy I felt enjoying the moment. And I feel like I haven't done that since. So that's what I would take.
Yeah, right. I'd say the relationship is still love and hate, but I don't know. It's the one sentence I put for everything in life: just live your best life. If you're not enjoying it, don't do it. Might not want to post something, so I won't post it. I want to post this, so I'll post it. I tend to not give it. I'm trying not to give it too much thought, because the more I think about it, the more unorganic it feels. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want it to just be organic. Live your best life.
Elijah, is there anything that you've taken from this?
I think you guys will, in a few years, you'll be like, oh man, like.
Elijah was right.
No, not even that. It's just like, I think as the years go by, the impact of these things, like they start becoming clearer. You know what I'm saying? When you're younger, you're like, okay, cool. Like you've been online for like 5 years. Then when it becomes 10, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then like obviously the apps are changing as well, like fast time. And you're like, well, you're trying to keep up with this like computer. It's really difficult, man. And it's something that it is, just know that it's cool to unplug. Like, and when you're ready to plug back in and actually you have something to say, then people will be there on the other side. You know what I'm saying? There's always someone with the app open. Yeah. Trust me.
Literally close the app, make the thing.
You guys are making the thing. So like, I can't. Trust me, my friends are like using it without producing anything, without putting stuff online. You're putting up podcasts, making music, sharing your art. If you're going to be using it, that is the best way to use it. So you lot are doing it, man.
So I have this thing called like the Library of Inspiration that I just like to close with, where you just share something, whether it's a book, an interview, an album, something that either very recently has inspired you or something that you go back to quite a lot, when maybe you might be having those mad questions, and then there's somewhere where you revisit to like recenter why you're doing this. And I've always put people on the spot, and then there's silence for a minute because you're thinking, but yeah.
Mine clicked straight away. Listen to Loyal Kana, Not Waving, But Drowning.
I love that album.
That's my favourite album.
Yeah.
I listen to that, relax for a bit, kind of refreshes my brain. Back to work.
Yes. And that's why I probably like your music.
Makes sense, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
No, he's an inspiration. That's why I resonate with the sound. It calms me down, innit?
Yeah.
For me, it's literally just basic. When things get overwhelming, like you can get overwhelmed doing what you love sometimes. I just take a walk. I actually read the Bible, and just, try and recenter myself. And it just makes me feel very calm. I have an app. It's like an AI Bible app. So I write down exactly how I'm feeling, and it will send me a verse from the Bible that I should read.
What's it called?
It's called Bible Chat. And it's you just type like, today I'm feeling like this. I feel like this. I feel, and it'll give you Bible verses, and then it will literally give an explanation, and you can it is scary, but you can conversate with it, like, how do I deal with this? It will say, okay, maybe try reading this, and then it will give like advice as well, like, and then put in, that's what I do anyways, Bible Chat.
Okay.
You put me on stuff. Thank you.
Got an app, an album. Elijah, do you have anything you go to or recently inspired you?
I guess I go back to these ideas in this book called The Beginning of Infinity. And even if just take the title alone, if you're going to remember anything, it's like we're at the start of something, always. Like some sort of zero, like we don't know everything or even close to anything. So it's like, okay, what in this like music scene or creative scene are we at the beginning of? It's not complete You know what I mean? There's all these things that haven't been said yet. All of these things that haven't been discovered, uncovered, and just broader, I guess, things that some of you guys talk about as if like they are like so within your reach in a way that they weren't to me. And I think it's really nice when I just hear you guys talking about like making stuff and sharing it. I'm like, oh, like for a lot of people that is like, so that feels beyond them. You know what I mean? And it's like taken as a bit of like kind of gratitude that we've all got to have been able to even this being an option for us, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like very fortunate to participate still, you know what I'm saying? And that book is like, reminds me of some way of like how small some of these ideas are, and then also just a possibility of all these things. It's like this kind of push and pull between the two things, you know what I mean? Yeah. And the last thing I'll say about this book and the writer, I follow him on Twitter, and now I like really hate him.
Oh.
So like the interesting thing is like this, like someone that I really like fundamentally disagree with like his politics and his approach, and then but he's like written something so like expansive and beautiful, and that's like how we have to engage with the arts, creativity, you know, how we're gonna like move around the world. We're gonna have these pieces of work created by people that you're not gonna agree with all of their points of view, and that's life, and that's life in general. And it's like I haven't unfollowed him or something. I think it's just a good reminder of the bits of things that people leave behind that still can connect with you, even if maybe their following work or their ideas don't. And I think it's the same with me. Hopefully, like not even hopefully, but there's going to be a point where my work doesn't connect with the group that connected with the squares, and that's also fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's part of like life and moving on and growing. And yeah, long explanation for a short question.
And the book was called The Beginning of Infinity.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the sound of that title.
Yeah.
I like that. I'll chuck in one as well. A book I read maybe a few months ago for the first time, even though a lot of people know the book, The Alchemist. It was just a nice reminder of like the journey, the process is like the gold. Have you heard of The Alchemist?
The book.
Yeah. Everyone, okay. People can find out. But yeah, it was just short read, and I was like, oh, and obviously in a very non-digital time, but just like a reminder of like, oh yeah, this is the gold, Amelia. Like this is the goal. We get so fixated on the destination, and all that does is just move time and time again. And it's like, oh no, actually this journey, everyone we're meeting along the way, and like how we're meeting them is the gold. And then sometimes we end up like just doing a full circle and then coming back and be like, oh, but actually I would have never clocked the gold was there if I didn't go on that journey. So yeah. But thank you everyone.
Thank you.
So much for just trusting me, coming down and having a nice chat about social media. And I mean, ultimately it's a tool, and it's how we use it. I'm not saying it's inherently bad and whatever. It's a tool. You know, it's a tool, and like, come on, years to come, it's going to be something else that we're chatting about. Do you know what I mean? Just remembering that it's how we use it. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Just like, share. I say that as I'm like plugging my thing to be like, but stay online for me and catch the next episodes. But yeah, thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Much love.
Thank you. Perfect.
Sweet.
Thank
that was
you.
good.